Bonjour, je suis Eli Roth, je suis ici à Gérardmer. For my most recent film, The House of the Clock on Its Walls, definitely Time Bandits, Gremlins, and E.T. were three big inspirations. Time Bandits, I loved it because it seemed like a movie with no rules. Just anything could happen. It was so visually spectacular. Gremlins was scary and violent. I couldn't believe the stuff they were doing as a kid. It was terrifying. And E.T. was a movie that starts off scary but is really, really emotional by the end of it. And it still makes me cry. You know, as a kid, I loved Twilight Zone. Twin Peaks was another one, and The Simpsons. Twilight Zone, there were some of the scariest ideas I'd ever seen on television. That was before cable, that free TV, you didn't see a lot of scary stuff, and the stories were so smart and so brilliant. Rod Serling is a hero of mine. Twin Peaks, I'd never been so mesmerized by, again, a TV show that felt like you were watching a dream. It felt like you weren't allowed to do these things, weren't supposed to. And The Simpsons, because I'd never seen a cartoon that was for adults like that was making references to Barton Fink and The Shining, and it just hadn't been done before. And now you look at the writers, we take it for granted now, but at the time when The Simpsons came in, we'd never seen anything like that. It was like a cartoon for adults. And the best three albums of the 80s are Appetite for Destruction, Guns N' Roses, Michael Jackson Thriller, and probably Iron Maiden Killers. I love Back in Black, but the albums that I go back to, I mean, Iron Maiden Killers is amazing. That, like, I was really into Number of the Beast and Peace of Mind, but over the years, the complexity of Killers, I just can't believe those guys were so young when they made that. It's a brilliant album. I listened to it over and over. The artwork I thought was really cool. As a kid, that's what got me into it, was the artwork. Thriller changed everything. There's like life before Michael Jackson Thriller and life after. I was 11 when it came out, so I was right there, 10 or 11 for that Michael Jackson mania. I had the Beat It jacket every time we made a video, and I was so honored when my last film, The House of the Clock on Its Walls, had Thriller before it. It played in 3D in IMAX. That was a huge honor for me. Appetite for Destruction, I still probably listen to it almost every day. Charlotte's Web, East of Eden, and The House of the Clock on Its Walls. Charlotte's Web, I loved E.B. White. I loved the illustrations. I actually bought some of the original illustrations from Charlotte's Web. East of Eden, I remember the book was this thick, and I was like, God, how am I gonna read this? I read it in 2 days. I didn't realize I could read that fast. And The House of the Clock on Its Walls. I love the Edward Gorey illustrations. I love the Gothic horror. It's that introduction to horror. It was the book that like got you into scary books. Atari Adventure, I loved Adventure. Donkey Kong, the stand-up arcade game, because I could master it. And Missile Command on Atari 2600. I was really good at Missile Command. Those three. Bonjour. Thanks, guys.